Hi guys. Okay, so it's time for another vlog, and in fact, we're going to do two today. So keep a lookout for both of them. So this was actually based on some questions that Rachel actually had. So this actually is going to be one that's actually about PCOS. So first of all, I thought I would just explain what PCOS is for people who don't know, and then I will answer Rachel's question. So PCOS is a condition that affects about 10% of women. It causes a whole array of symptoms. It's basically a hormonal imbalance, so it affects your cycle, migraines, depression, insulin levels. Most people who have PCOS are insulin resistant. I'm not, but most people are. It will affect acne, hair where you don't want it, hair falling out. I think I've covered off most of the things there. So covers actually a whole array of different things. If you think you've got it, go see an endocrinologist or your gynecologist and get diagnosed, just so that it will help you. It can't be cured, but you can learn to control those symptoms as much as you can anyway. So Rachel's question was, firstly, her question was, what are my thoughts on PCOS making it difficult to lose weight? I definitely think it makes it difficult to lose weight, but I don't think it makes it impossible. And I think doctors do actually tend to say that it's going to be impossible. You know, I had doctors tell me that the most I could hope for was to get to 100 kilos. Then I got told that I would never get close to my goal weight. So I obviously did get below 100 kilos. So I have proven the doctors wrong a little bit. And I think, yeah, it does make it more difficult. And that's why you may have weeks where you won't lose even when you're doing the right thing. And you can't change it. You know, you've got it. It's a condition you've just got to learn to live with. But what you can do is just try to do your best to make the best you that you can be. So yeah, I definitely do think does make it difficult. I think it's a shame that, though, you know, as soon as people hear the word PCOS, they start to think it's going to be impossible to lose weight. And the other thing that people may not know is that with PCOS, the more weight you gain, the worse the PCOS will be. And the worse the PCOS will be, the more weight you'll gain. So it really is a catch-22 situation. And the only way to deal with it is just to tackle it head on, unfortunately. So I wish there was a miracle cure, but, you know, there's not, unfortunately, guys. So, you know, we've just got to do the best that we can. So, yes, does make it more difficult. No, it's not impossible. So that's the first thing. I certainly wouldn't focus on it. I've not really, I've been quite aware of it, and you will see sometimes I will post and I'll say, oh, I need to remember that I've got PCOS. I don't really focus on it a lot. It is what it is, and, you know, you can use that as an excuse. People can, and people probably do. But I wouldn't let it stop you from doing the best you can. Now, her next question was, did I ever take medication for it? And yes, I did. No, it didn't make an impact on weight loss, is the short story. For some people, one of the symptoms of it is insulin resistance. I'm not insulin resistant, so a lot of people, or most people who have PCOS, they will actually put on a medication called metformin. I did try it because I basically had a doctor say to me, you have to take it. But I was suspicious of it all along because my insulin levels are very low anyway. They're in the perfect health range. And my understanding of metformin is it actually helps lower your insulin levels more. It led to me to have dizzy spells and be, you know, feeling like I was going to faint in PT sessions. So I actually stopped taking it. The other medication that you can take for it is the pill. yeah, it doesn't work for me. I unfortunately take the pill and end on a never-ending cycle, which, as girls would know, would be the pits. So I can't take that. We've tried several, different contraceptive pills, light ones, this one, that one. They just don't work for me. So for me, no, I've taken no medication, apart from trialing them at certain times. Now, this wasn't a question, but this is what I'm going to say anyway. What do I suggest for someone who has PCOS to lose weight? And the first thing that I would say is, and this may not work for everybody, but trial it. Give it a try, especially if you're stuck at a point where you're stuck. Give this a try and see how it actually goes. Cut out carbs at dinner. And when I say carbs, I mean grainy carbs. I'm not talking about vegetables. I'm talking about the potato, rice, pasta, kind of bread things. Cut it out 5 nights a week. So it doesn't have to be Monday to Friday. It can be, I'm not really ever focused on 5 nights a week. I've always focused on most nights per week I don't have it. But it probably averages out to about 5 nights a week I don't have it. When I did that, I really did notice a difference with my weight loss. So I do find, generally as a rule, if I do eat carbs every night, the losses will stall, or they will be quite small in retrospect. So that would be probably one of the main things that I would suggest. I am not anti-carbs. I eat Wheat Bix for breakfast, and I have a sandwich at lunchtime. So I still have carbs. That equals about 3 serves of carbs, I think that works out to be. And of course I eat fruit and vegetables as well, so I'm not lacking in carbs. I could never do low carb. I have tried it, but it just leads me to binge, which we're not going to do. So that's a no-go. The other thing I think is really important, because one of the side effects of PCOS is depression. And so I think it's really, really important to get some exercise in. And that doesn't have to be strenuous exercise. That just needs to be 3 times a week, a 30-minute or 20-minute walk. If you want to do more, but, you don't have to do more. So I do feel like exercise is really important. If you're in a good place mentally, your weight loss will be better. And if your weight loss is better, you'll be in a good place mentally. So it all goes together. It's they're all pieces of a jigsaw puzzle, basically. The other thing I really recommend, and this is going to sound wacky, and what the hell's it got to do with weight loss, but it goes along with what I'm saying about mental health. Spend some time every week doing what they call logical games. So use the logical part of your brain. So whether this is, like for me, I play backgammon online. And I read somewhere years ago that it was good to actually do some kind of logical stuff as a recreation. So I play backgammon online. You could be doing crossword puzzles, Sudoku, you could be playing chess, you could be just playing board games with family members. Like, there's a lot of options out there of what you could be doing, but it just uses a different part of your brain, and it's supposed to help with depression. So I don't know the medical facts into it, but I've always done it, and I it's my excuse for playing backgammon, but I think it's a good thing. So it's not negatively harmed me or anything like that. So that was the other thing. Now, the last thing that I was going to mention is anyone who does have PCOS, I would really highly recommend that you get Jillian Michaels' Master Your Metabolism book. Now, for those who don't know, Jillian actually has PCOS herself, and she has researched a lot, and she's put it basically in this book. The crux of the book is don't eat chemicals. That is it. And I certainly notice a difference when I don't eat chemicals with my weight loss. I don't go completely chemical free. I don't know long term whether I really ever could. Obviously, I like my Diet Coke, but most other things are chemical free. I avoid low fat products. So I would prefer to go for full fat cheese compared to low fat cheese. For example, the only low fat thing I actually eat is milk. And that's only because I prefer the texture. But, and I realise milk, doesn't have chemicals, whatever, but, or it might have some, I don't know, but that's just a personal preference thing. So just try to cut out as much of the Frankenstein food, as Gillian calls it, and it will impact your weight loss. So if you are eating a lot of it, just cut a little bit of it out. It doesn't have to be your Diet Coke, or it doesn't have to be whatever. Just cut a little bit of it out and see if that actually helps. So that's it. That's my vlog on PCOS. So if you've got any questions, just ask me. Send me a message on Facebook. Post a comment on the Facebook group. If through MyFitnessPal, leave a comment on there. On my journal, wherever. There's plenty of places people can leave messages for me. So if you've got any questions or anything like that, or any ideas of what you would like to see on future vlogs, just let me know. So that's it for this vlog. So see you later.